Today on Deep Dive, we're going to be looking at DC Comics Mr. Miracle number 2. Can Scott and Oberon escape the X-Pit? Find out inside today's issue. Hello everyone, my name is Devin, also known as DH Artist, and welcome back to my Deep Dive series. Today we'll be continuing the adventures of Mr. Miracle, the super escape artist. And if you missed my deep dive coverage of his previous issue, I'll link to it in the video description below. Today's issue features the first appearance of Granny Goodness, a lieutenant to Darkseid and an integral part to Jack Kirby's Fourth World story arc. And if you're interested in learning more about the King of Comics himself, Jack Kirby, be sure to check out the Jack Kirby Museum here on YouTube. They've got hours of amazing content and information. I'll also leave a link to their website in the video description below. With each book, you can expect their conditions to vary. Today's issue is in nice condition, so there won't be anything to detract from the artwork. Now, even though this can be viewed on your phone or computer, try casting it onto your TV so you can really see the detail and quality of the book. If you enjoy these types of videos and want to see more content like it, check out some of my other deep dives. I've covered issues like X-Men number 32, Amazing Spider-Man number 100, Superpowers number 1, and Avengers number 43, featuring the first appearance of the Red Guardian. For a complete list of my videos, visit the organized playlists on my channel. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a single video. Mr. Miracle number 2 was published in June of 1971. Editor was Jack Kirby, cover artists were Jack Kirby and Vince Colletta. The story, titled X-Pit, was written in pencil by Jack Kirby and inked by Vince Colletta. The book consists of 32 pages with a cover price of 15 cents. Today's story begins as Scott-Free and Oberon collect a delivery at their front gate, and as they take it back to their test shack, something begins targeting their movements. As our heroes assemble the package's contents, Oberon is shocked at how close it resembles Mr. Miracle. Scott explains to him that his people refer to it as a follower. It's a pseudo-unit designed to be an extension of its operator. Scott puts the follower through its paces by setting up an escape stunt. Unknown to them, a sinister threat known only as the Overlord locks onto Scott's position and prepares to fire. Suddenly, over a great distance, the Overlord fires an energy beam, striking at Scott and his pseudo-unit, causing a massive explosion. As Oberon puts out the flames, he finds Scott among the rubble, stunned but alive. As Scott assesses the damage, he inspects the mother box that powers his suit, finding that it absorbed most of the blast. A mother box is a sort of living computer, and Scott must show love and belief in it for it to regain its strength and power. Let's now turn our attention to the source of the energy beam, for at the controls of the living machine known as the Overlord is the villainous Granny Goodness. With Scott-Free still alive, Granny takes her anger out on her loyal minions. She then orders them to bring Scott back to her, for he was the first to run away from her orphanage, and she plans to kill him by placing him in the X-Pit. Meanwhile, Scott is testing another escape stunt when Oberon asks him where he and his strange technology come from. Scott tells him he traveled through something called the boom tube, and noticing the far-off look in Scott's eyes, Oberon leaves it be. Scott then heads back to the main house. While Oberon is cleaning up, he's startled when the follower suddenly becomes operational. Meanwhile, some of Granny's minions are watching from outside. They then burst through the window, capturing both Oberon and the follower, mistaking it for the real Mr. Miracle. Some of the fun advertising found within this issue is a half-page ad for a Venus flytrap. There's an ad for 20 giant zoo animals for only $1. There's a full-page ad for National Diamond Sales featuring the world's finest military rings. And on the back there's an ad for the Groovy Grabber from Aurora. When Scott sees the raiders fleeing, he quickly changes into his costume, and taking to the sky on his arrow discs, he follows the kidnappers. When the raiders return to headquarters, they present Mr. Miracle and Oberon to Granny, and she's quick to remind them to always serve their ruler Darkseid. Upon closer inspection, Granny discovers that Scott Free is actually the follower, and as she begins to yell at her minions, Mr. Miracle flies in on his arrow discs, knocking them over and retrieving Oberon. But before he can make his escape, Granny activates the Overlord, opening a hatch in the floor, pulling our heroes inside the dreaded X-Pit. At the bottom of the pit, our heroes become trapped in a transparent prison. Searching for a way out, Mr. Miracle tries the buttons on the wall. When the prison is engulfed in fire and electricity, he realizes the buttons are part of a torment circuit, and similar to an elevator, each button is a different level of torture. As the chamber fills with mud, he lifts Oberon above him while attempting to reach the next button. Meanwhile, back above ground, Granny is enjoying her success, when suddenly there's a massive explosion. As the smoke clears, Granny is shocked to see Scott and Oberon standing before her. Furious that her plan failed, she asks them how they escaped. Scott explains that when the torment circuit was resetting, he jammed his mother box into the power supply. It then overpowered the X-Pit, destroying the Overlord and releasing our heroes. Scott then presents Granny with a burnt-out box containing the remains of the Overlord. And before Granny can react, Mr. Miracle and Oberon escape on his arrow discs. I hope you enjoyed today's deep dive. If there's a particular issue or comic you'd like me to flip, drop it down in the comments section and I'll see if I can add it to my poll box. If you enjoy these types of videos, please show your support by subscribing to my channel. As always, please consider liking and feel free to share this video. And until next time, deep divers, thanks for watching.